Cliff, slide or picture Phil?
Picture.
Do it already or not?
Mm-hmm.
Go to it.
Come. Yeah. Yeah.
How's my boy? How's Joshua? Huh? Picture of the window, huh? Are you coming to Grandma? What you doing? Outside, huh? Are you still my boy? Are you? Huh? Can I take a picture of you? Okay. Can you throw me a kiss? Can you throw me a kiss? He's gonna yawn for us. Hey, Renee. Hey, Renee. Hey, Renee, what you doing? Hey, Renee. Hey, Renee, what you doing? Renee. Renee.
Hiccups are bothering her.
What you doing, Renee?
Her eyes are wide open.
Open your eyes, sweetheart.
Open your eyes, baby.
Open your eyes, sweetheart. Doing? Are you washing yourself? Did you wash your legs? Yeah, wash the cupboard too. What about your hair? What about your hair? You gonna wash your hair too?
No.
What about your arms? What about your arms? Are they clean? Okay, you wash your legs. Yep. You get yourself clean. Are you clean now? Are you really clean? Are you really clean now? Joshua? Look at me. Are you really clean? That's good.
work, be it in the church, wherever we may be, and we can pass this verdict or reach this conclusion. I have been an unprofitable servant. I have not done as much as I ought. I want to assure you that you are on your way to being the best that God calls you to be. St. Paul expressed the same kind of mind when he said, I have suffered the loss of all things, and I count them as dung or as refuse in order that I may win Christ. Or like the Bible Luke again, Christ saves his children. Blessed are those servants whom the Lord, when he comes, shall find watching. Truly I say unto you,
Claudio, up to somewhere here, okay? And it took, as you can remember, the Bible says it took 13 men with ropes to pull him out because he was stuck very well. But God, Jeremiah, yes, it was Jeremiah, okay? They threw him down, the king said, look, I don't want to hear this man anymore. Put him inside this well, okay? No, they didn't hear him for a while, but God rescued him, right? God rescued him, pulled him out. And Jeremiah continued his proclamation, right? He continued his work. God took care of him. One of his friends went and they called people and pulled him out.
And now for an African tour of homes. This is the home of Rob and Cheryl DeHaan. This side is where the kitchen is on. Of their home, the vines on the front side here cover the kitchen. You can see there's a half a story up on top of the main part of the house there with an overhead water tank to the top. See, the house is very long and narrow. The kitchen is on the extreme right, then with the windows, that's the dining room. Then this other long end includes the bedrooms and the 2 bathrooms. There's a swimming pool in front of there where a fence is being constructed to keep Joshua from having any accident or falling in the pool. There again is the half story upstairs. As you can see, the living room also makes a nice reading area.
The guard will check the bus and make sure there's nothing in it. And that if there is anything, it's got proper receipts. And then we'll take the bus off the gate. All the people have been checked. Make sure they're okay. They go out the gate and then we'll get on the bus outside the gate.
Around 7.
Rob is just leaving his office at the end of the day.
These are our Ndama cows. There's 2 bulls and 10 heifers. They come complete with white egrets that take the insects right off their heads. If you watch, you'll see it. All the cows wherever they go. Cows are fairly small. Even the bulls don't weigh more than probably 600 pounds. The bulls are about 3 years old now, and the heifers around 2.5 years. The black one is actually is a breed called Keteku. It's not Ndama. They were brought here many years ago by the British, and there's still a few around. The background of the picture is the hatchery. Some of Best Food Farm soybeans, 1988 growing season. Some of the better looking soybeans. You can see the little red pods. In the background there's a pawpaw tree with the pawpaw on the trunk, and to the left there's some corn that's about mature now. Here, so many of the leaves have dropped. They'll be small, it'll be black pods with kind of like beans inside them. And you can see the corn in the background with some of the weeds coming up now and the corn beginning to fall down. But it still looks like it's going to be a fairly good yielding. Going? So this is an area where the grass was just too thick and the combine couldn't take it all in or it would plug up. So we have some ladies picking the soybeans by hand, and then they'll throw them in the combine later and thrash them. You can see all the piles of beans that have been collected, scattered around the field.
This is a picture of how the roads look, many of the side roads. A couple of Nigerian cows. That's how they make an unloading chute, by lowering the truck into a hole in the ground. There's a building with several lizards on it that are very common around here. eat many of the bugs that are found.
This is the main gate of Best Food Farms. You can see the signboard to the right. And Sylvanus is the gatekeeper today. Okay, this is a picture of the staff quarters taken from the main gate. There's 3 different blocks of staff quarters. Some of them have single rooms, some double rooms, with a toilet on the end of each block.
This is a picture of the main office of Best Food Farms. Rob and Josh are just walking up into the office.
Okay, this is the price board at Best Food Farms. You can see the pork side is at the top, and there's some dressed chicken about in the middle on the left, day-old chicks, cracked eggs. On the right side, there's some pork pieces, pork chops, spare ribs, ham. On the bottom right, live pigs, the weight range, and the price per kilo.
The sales counter at Best Food Farms, and this is Funka, the all-around office gal. This is an enlarged map of Nigeria that is a pretty good map. This is a picture of the main pig buildings from the farrow to finish. You can get the picture but not the smell.
This is one of our Duroc boars that we use in the farm. We've got another large white and some landrace also. Being in gestation house where the sows and the gilts. On the right side you can see 1 pin of gilts that are being raised, breeding purposes.
This is the farrowing house.
This is one of the farrowing crates with a sow that's farrowed probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago. An overview of some of the other crates. The way the room is set up. More solid. I've just been weaned recently. Moved to the weaning then from the farrowing house. We give them special weaner feed and try to keep them in good condition. First, after they move from the weaner side, we move them to growers here, change the feed a little bit, and then they stay here until they reach about 30 kilos or so. You can see the bottoms of the ears a little bit, the base of the ear. Many of them is chewed on a little bit due to lack of feed sometimes or overcrowding. Did he get scared? Oh yeah, he did, didn't he? These self-feeders for the pigs, and we built a lot of them. They work fairly well. They reduce the wastage a lot over just a trough. A little bit of an overview of the finishing house and the bigger pig. The pens are designed a little bit differently, otherwise it's the same.
This is a picture of the chicken house. We raise chickens here for commercial laying of eggs.
Get the slaughter area too.
Here's a picture of someone picking spinach, which grows wild on the farm.
And then there's a picture of the slaughter area where we slaughter about 25 pigs every week or so. And in the background you can see the drums. We put firewood underneath and boil water in there to put on top of the pigs to remove the hair.
This is a picture of the feed mill in the distance.
They're offloaded. Put the bags on the head and carry it back into the feed mill. This is bakery waste, usually in about 100-pound bags. Cleaning some of the soybeans that we harvested. There's so much grass and weeds in the soybeans, we have to clean the seed after it's harvested, otherwise it's a clean field. So this seed is planned to use for planting next year. Cylinder gas like the one sitting in front to dry it. On the left, a small grain cleaner we use to clean the grain as we put it into the bins. View of the workshop. The staff bus is on the left and the workshop there. They're working on a crankshaft of the bulldozer there. Then you can see the back of our service trailer. We haul diesel to the town. And the small house with the cement blocks with the holes in is where we have our gen set. And just to the right of that we have a car ramp. We can do some repairs on the vehicles with. This is Lati on the left, the workshop supervisor, working on the bulldozer. We're overhauling the engine. Just behind the guy in the blue you can see the block, the engine block, and they're working on the crankshaft now, putting the bearings on. You can see some of the other equipment in the workshop too. Look around. The Land Rover was in an accident on the left here, and we're working on repairing that, trying to get the body panels straightened out or buy new ones.
View of the chicken hatchery.
Hatchery. The eggs are brought from the parent stock houses and carried up and delivered to the hatchery here. They're stacked up they're put in the crates that you can see stacked along the wall, and then they're fumigated and put in the cold store. The incubators, there's 3 incubators in this room, and each one can hold 10,000 eggs. Bashala is standing by the one at the end there. Each unit is made to be automatically controlled, and so on. The hatcher, the eggs stay in the incubators for 18 days or so, and then they're moved to the hatchers for the last 3 days. And the eggs are laid in the trays, and the chicks come out in those metal trays. After they come out, they're sorted and so on and put into boxes. And the hatcher can hold 10,000 chicks too. The sorting room, once the chicks are hatched, they're taken into this room and they're put into the gray boxes first and counted out, and then sorted out, so the good ones are separated from the ones that are not as lively. And then when we're ready to deliver them to the customer, we put them in the cardboard cartons and supply them. And the goats are a little bit difficult to tell apart sometimes. Here the brown and black ones are the goats, and the black and white ones, predominantly white ones, are sheep. And they both are approximately the same size. Where we dry our spent grain, after the breweries malt the barley, they have some leftovers that's about 70% moisture, and it's high in protein, and it's also high in fiber. So what we do is they sell it free, and they give it away free basically, and we take it and put it out in the sun on top of the cement and dry it down, and then we can use it in the feed mill. So it acts as a supplemental protein source that's very cheap. There's a lot of fiber. You can see all the barley hulls in there, and there's a lot of fiber in it, but protein quality is fairly good and it's high. The layers at the growing stage, they're about 10 weeks old here, 8 to 10 weeks old. And they'll mature in this house. There's about 2,600 here. You can see the waters are the pink waters, and the white are the feeders in the floor. One of our parent stock houses. There's about 700 birds in this house. They've been laying for about 20 weeks or so. The roosters are brown in color, and the hens are white. The boxes in the middle are for laying, and the floor we just have wood shavings for litter. And the birds are free to roam around. Peter Holiday is the attendant in the house, and you can see him there. Get on the picture. Get on the picture.
Josh?
We need the chief operator here. Joshua is on the picture.
Josh? Josh?
Do you remember Zach? Can you say Zach?
Zach?
Zach Hughes?
Zach? The shark man? Zach?
Zach Hughes? Yeah. Okay.
Fine. So that, fine. So that I've been very patient with that. So there's nothing from my end. It's from their end. Now I'm waiting for them. So immediately they are ready. When they come, I will do it. If they don't come, I will.
And my mom loved the same.
This is an overview of best food farms from the top of our biggest grain bin. Here you see the poultry houses. In the foreground now is our brooding house. In the background are the rest of the parent stock houses. You can see the reservoir in the background. Now coming into the foreground, some of our farm equipment, discs, trailers. You'll be able to see the house down there. Positions again. We'll continue our swing around the farm equipment. Reservoir again. You can see the workshop coming into view in the genset. Theo's house. Right side now. Continue the back of Theo's house is the fertilizer store. The block making workshop is in the back of that. Reach the feed mill again. In the background you can see the village closest to the farm. We needed to get a picture of one of the big ant hills, so I'll zoom in on one from out in the field here. And you see the ant hill coming to the middle of the picture there. The hill is probably about 4 feet high or so, and full of ants. In our house a little bit from on top of the grain bin here, you can get a good view of where it sits in comparison to the water. You can see the wash on the line. Cheryl and Josephine have been busy today. Out to the left there you can see some trees. That's where the boat is parked, and we can do some fishing from down there also. From Theo's house again, go to the left, and I'll zero in a little bit on some of the houses in the village so you can see a little bit better what the village looks like. You have a little better idea of how the houses are set up and scattered out and so on.
Here the DeHaans are busy getting meat for their next meal. Skinning half of a hog. Start sawing off the pork chops. While Rob is cutting up the pork chops, Cheryl gets the spices ready for the bacon in the ham. Dips the bacon into the spices. Cheryl's cutting up the granny meat while Rob is making the hams. yams you're pounding?
Yes. Yeah.
How long do you pound it?
What?
How long do you pound it?
That's about 30 minutes.
Is it yam and water then?
Yes.
Is it hard work?
Yes.
Legs.